Yo guys, so this is an Unfiltered Football Premier League predictions, just me this week. It is obviously at the time of recording, Tottenham Crystal Palace have already been played, but the other fixtures have not. Obviously, if you know, Tottenham won 2-1 against Crystal Palace, but I'll be going into the other fixtures and what I think will happen in them. So, let's get into it. So, the 12:30 kickoff is Chelsea-Brentford. Now, Chelsea have been on the up, let's be honest. 10th place at the moment doesn't look great on paper, but many Chelsea fans will be saying that they've been playing better football, and overall there have been many improvements in the squad. Mudryk looks like he's improving. He's getting better every week, and he's actually starting to score goals in the Prem. He's 2 goals now, which might not sound like a lot for some people, but it's better than our winger Marcus Rashford this season, and Anthony and Garnacho. But they are improving nonetheless. I think people would say that they could have got a better result than a draw against Arsenal. They should have. I think Sanchez and Enzo Fernandez screwed them up for that one. But it is what it is. Chelsea on the up, looking to continue their form here and get a win against Brentford. Brentford 14th place, obviously missing Ivan Toney. Anyone will miss Ivan Toney, striker of that quality. Any team in the top 6 wouldn't mind having him, maybe, except City. Let's be honest, he's not better than Alvarez and Haaland. They've the 2 best strikers in the league, but either or, we all know how good Ivan Toney is, and he is a miss for them. And just overall, they're lacking a kind of a number 9, a focal point. I think Mbeumo's been scoring goals, but he isn't the out-and-out number 9 that Brentford really need, and that's what Ivan Toney provides. But either or, Brentford will be fine this season. There's no relegation, how to put it, threats for them, etc., etc. It's just they will want to have maybe been trying to push for Europe, which I don't think is possible with the budget and squad they have. But that would have been the goal before the Ivan Toney ban. And yeah, at the end of the day, I just think Chelsea they're not going to run away with it. But I say comfortable for Chelsea 2-0. Let's be honest, there's no debates about this. This is the biggest write-off game of the weekend. I think there's no debates whatsoever. I don't think anyone will be complaining. Everyone knows this game's going to be a whitewash. It's not going to be like Sheffield United, where Sheffield United look in the game for 90% of it. Arsenal are going to absolutely tear these apart. I'm predicting at least 4-0. Just Arsenal are too good, and Sheffield United sold their whole squad in Dyche, Sanderberg to their basically relegation rivals, Burnley. And it just has the mentality that they already know they're going down. So 4-0 Arsenal. Now we have the relegation scrap in a way, if that makes sense. We have Bournemouth, Burnley, both managers want to play attacking football and can't play attacking football this season for the reason that it just doesn't work. They don't have the quality for it, and I think in a way, Areola's tried to come into this team and he had a summer, but he hasn't really got the players he wanted. You could say Sinistera is a signing that he wanted. It just, you need a lot of players to play attacking football, and just Bournemouth don't have those players to do it. So Areola's a rough job, but I think Kompany is on a different tier to that in a way, where he was in the Championship last season with Burnley. He knows what they have, and he's played in the Premier League for many, many years, obviously being a City legend, one of the best centre-backs in Premier League history. He should know how tough this league is, and I think it's just arrogant from him, I've said it before, to go into the Premier League thinking he's going to play attacking football. And if he continues on his path, he's either going to get the sack or he's going to get Burnley relegated. And I think he needs to just adjust his game and get Burnley points on the board. But I do, in the end, think Bournemouth are going to win this one. They may obviously be on less points than Burnley, but they may be lower in the league than Burnley, But I do think Bournemouth are going to come away with this, maybe just a 1-0. Now, Wolves, Newcastle. Let's first break down Newcastle, even though Wolves are home. We might as well just break down Newcastle. I think Newcastle don't even pride themselves on scoring goals. Their main pride with under Eddie Howe, is really defending games well and being able to see out results. And this season, they're the top goal scorers in the league, surprisingly. I think it's 23 at the time of recording this video, which is astonishing for a team with Eddie Howe. And I think they could build on that in a way, and I think that's a good thing to have, a good trait for them to have, the fact they're able to defend games, keep clean sheets and score goals. I think that could easily set them in another top 4 race this season, which many people, including myself, didn't have them in. Overall, Longstaff's picked up his form lately, got into that midfield. I think Pope, as usual, has been pretty solid. Shar, Byrne, Botman's obviously injured. I'm not sure if he's back this week. Isaac, Wilson, both of them playing very well. Wilson not getting that many minutes, but he's still playing well, even though he doesn't have as many minutes as Isaac, and he's still scoring goals. I think that's just how to put it, commitment to Wilson's character and a commitment to Eddie Howe as a manager to be able to get his team playing that way. But onto Wolves, I think for them to have 11 points when many people had them going down and being ahead of teams like Fulham and Brentford is absolutely amazing for them. I think Bournemouth second Eddie Howe. Gary O'Neill at this moment looks like a mistake, if we're being honest. Wolves look like they're playing... Actually, Wolves aren't known for playing decent football, and other than Gary O'Neill, they are, if we're being honest. Wolves do look like a good prospect. Pedro Neto is the most assists in the league so far this season, and he's playing very well. Compared to last season, I think he didn't have a goal or assist involvement since February or something before the season started. And Gary O'Neill just has them ticking, and that's just a commitment to the manager he is, because he got it done at Bournemouth and he's getting it done at Wolves at the moment. But I do think Newcastle will get it over the line 2-0. Now, at the time recording, I've just went back and edited this in. Sandro Tonali's ban has been confirmed for 10 months. Obviously, it was rumoured. It mostly was confirmed, but now it's been confirmed by Newcastle themselves. He is not available for this weekend. I don't think it will bother them too much. Obviously, Wolves have lost their three main midfield players this season, obviously, in Neves, Nunes and Matinho. So they're not that strong in midfield anyways, even though they have signed Bellegarde. But I think they will manage. But that should be another video, that Tonali ban. We are now on to West Ham Everton. The Mighty Hammers versus the Toffees. Yeah, we love you, Sean Dyche. Personally, best manager in the league. Nah, but like, seriously, you can't go wrong with Sean Dyche, can you? The only reason I don't want Everton to get relegated, keep Sean Dyche in the league, keep him in a job. He's just gold, isn't he? Anyways, West Ham they've had a bit of a dip in form. Absolutely smashed by Aston Villa the other week, and they lost to Olympiacos during their week because for some reason David Moyes rested their players for that game, even though they had a chance to basically get qualified. Bizarre decision in my opinion, bizarre. But I do think West Ham are going to come out on top of this one. I don't know, 1-0, just thrown out there. Now we are on to the smallest team in Merseyside versus Nottingham Forest. Honestly, Forest, they've had a bit of a weird start to the season. They've not had a bad start by any means. They obviously won against Chelsea, but it's just been up and down. Let's be honest, against United we got away with one. They balled it 2-0 up. They threw away the game, let's be honest. Forest obviously staying up, but this will be very comfortable for Liverpool. See, a lot of these games are just very straightforward. Just 3-1 Liverpool. Just gonna throw it out there. Aston Villa Luton. I may have underestimated the most obvious whitewash of the week with Arsenal Sheffield United. I have not. Arsenal Sheffield United, it's going to be even more straightforward in this game. But this game, I know the last three I've not said a lot, but like, what was anyone expecting? Me to say Luton win? Aston Villa are going to run away with this. I say it could be 5, honestly. Brighton Fulham. Now, this one will be a bit more difficult for Brighton. I think they have been up and down this season. For what people would expect in losing games that they shouldn't really be losing, like that Aston Villa game, who we are expecting they dip in form in Aston Villa. Is this going to be the Aston Villa for the rest of the season? I don't think so. Hopefully, nothing wrong with having a bit of competition in the league. I enjoy watching Aston Villa, everyone else does, but am I convinced it's just not a proper patch? No, I think they will dip. That Brighton game was a good result, but I think Brighton need to be winning those games if they want to be challenging for top 4, which they on paper want to be. I wouldn't put them in that race. I didn't put them in that race before the season starts, but obviously they would want to be in that race. So this Fulham game, they should be winning, but I'm not fully convinced they will. I have a weird feeling it's going to be 2-2 draw. have a weird feeling. The big game of the week for me as a United fan, and just in general for the Premier League, the Manchester Derby, the centrepiece of the Premier League Game Week 10 poster, really. I think I'm going to get into City's part first because I have a lot to say about United's part. Obviously, this match, Højlund versus Haaland, Bruno versus Bernardo. You have a lot of matchups which are going to be set tomorrow. Sunday. And realistically, City should be getting the result. City need the result because they're 5 points ahead at the top. You can't afford to keep it at 5 points by not getting a result. City have obviously, Alvarez has been in form. Haaland, it's just Haaland, you know. He's going to be difficult for United to stop. And City realistically would want not less than 3 points. They expect not less than 3 points. And United's perspective is we are very much the underdogs. We want a result. We honestly would need a result. And if we get a result, it would actually be, don't care how we get it, it would be a catalyst for our season. I think if Højlund can do what he's been doing the whole season, if he gets that one chance, I actually do genuinely believe he will score. He's got absolutely no service in the Prem. I think every single United fan can agree on that. He's had 1.3 XG in the 7 games he's played in the Premier League. I think it's been 7. It could be wrong. I think it actually is 6. This would be 7th. The 1.3 XG in that many games is absolutely shocking for a striker. And I think it's just an epitome of we've no creativity, creating chances for him. And I think that's because we're playing Bruno out of position. But I generally think Ten Hag will play Bruno in his position for this game, and he needs to, because we need to be on the ball, we need to be creating chances, and we need to take our chances because we won't have many. And I think Rashford's going to start the game, but I don't think he should. I think Garnacho should be given a chance. But Ten Hag trusts Rashford. He keeps backing him, saying he will get in the score sheet, and in all honesty, he's going to have to be proven right. He will have to prove his worth, if you know what I mean. He will have to. This is the game where Marcus Rashford can put his name in spotlights. He can get his season back on track, because 1 goal so far this season is just not good enough, and that's just for United. 2 goals for club and country, yes, but it's just not good enough, is it, for Marcus Rashford? I think Reguilon is obviously back. We have a back 4, Maguire, Varane. I think Maguire's played well, but he hasn't had a decent team yet. He's played against, it's all been, let's be honest, not great sides, but you have to give him his flowers. He has played well against those sides, but I think this is the game where if Maguire wants to solidify himself, he needs to play well. And I think, honestly, I have a weird feeling about it. This could get clipped, this could make me look bad. 2-0 United. But that is all I have for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed that. We will have, obviously, the watch along on Sunday, so do tune into that. And that's it from me. Thank you for watching, and see ya.